Yeah, boy. What's going on, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to a special sports edition of the Man of Real Talk podcast, the podcast for the people. I am your host with the most, Mr. Michael Wiley, saying greetings and salutations to all of you, our faithful followers and listeners. Look, y'all know we appreciate all the likes, the clicks, the shares, the downloads, whatever it is that you do to support this podcast, because we know that had it not been for you, there would be no us. So we greatly appreciate it. Now, for those of you all that may be joining for the first time, we want to say welcome. And for everybody else that's coming back for a double dip, we say welcome back, because your boys is back on the air with the ManUp Real Talk podcast. And as you can see, I'm not by myself. Oh, no. I ain't by myself. I got the OG, triple OG, a.k.a. Mr. Classic, Mr. Philip Hines with me on today. What's going on, man? Oh, Lord, look. Okay.
What's going on, brother-in-law?
You really showing off with the t-shirt. My goodness.
Yes, sir.
You good? You let a brother put his face on the shirt and it's over with.
Please shop the ManUp store.
I know. And joining us also is the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes, sir.
Sean Pritchard of the MP3 show. Look, y'all, this man said, let me tell y'all something. When he first logged on, man, my man set up his background and everything before we came onto the camera. I said, I ain't even mad at him.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your boy Sean Pritchard from the MP3 show, Marriage, Music, and Ministry with the Pritchards. Thank y'all, man. Man up. It's a pleasure to be on here with my brothers, man. You'd think that we've known each other for years.
I promise you.
For man, since teenage years. But, God does things for a reason, and I'm glad to be here with you guys, man. Great brothers, brothers.
Yes, sir.
You good people, Sean. Real talk. You good people, man.
Appreciate that, Phil.
Yes,
good people.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that.
Listen, if you're in the chat, just go ahead and put a little something out there so we can acknowledge you and say thank you for joining. I see Madison Amber. If that's, I hope I'm saying that right. God bless you, Don. We appreciate you chiming in. Listen, I need y'all to like, tag, and share this video. We're talking sports on the night. Where my sports people at? Y'all be sitting up there. Y'all look. What make it so bad is y'all be on me, Mike. How come you don't do no sports? How come you don't do no sports? Now I'm doing sports. Ain't nobody chiming in. That's all right. We're gonna do it anyway because that's what we do. Yeah. Listen. If you haven't already done it, please follow us on social media. You can like and follow us here on Facebook at our Man Up Real Talk podcast page. You can also follow us on various social media outlets. We're on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. TikTok. I am becoming very fond of TikTok, and I'm learning how to navigate TikTok and do some things with it. So I'm kind of digging it. Listen, and since we are talking about shirts, as you can see, Mr. Classic has on his Mr. Classic t-shirt. You can buy a fresh to death t-shirt like that and various other cool designs at our digital store at manuprealtalk.store and all of that good stuff. And you can follow us on YouTube. Actually, my TikTok name it's actually at ManUp Real Talk. I know it's original, but that's where you can follow us. It's at ManUp Real Talk.
Please go like and subscribe. Please.
Yes. And as I said, I'm learning, so everything up there ain't like TikTok quality, but it's getting there. It's picking up. So every follow, every like, every share is appreciated. Listen, what we're going to be doing, I appreciate you, darling. What we're going to be doing, coming in August, Sean, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about this too. We were trying to figure out something exclusive we wanted to do with the YouTube channel. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to expand our sports network over to YouTube exclusively. Yeah, so we're going to start a Man Up Sports podcast, a live podcast that we're going to do every Monday. And we're going to try to start that up right around when preseason starts. So we get ready.
Preseason of football.
Yes, sir. So
get down, bro.
Yeah,
get down.
You already know, Phil. We get down. Bear down.
Yes, sir.
Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, man. So get ready. So look, I wanted to, extend olive branches, let you know, man, if you want to be a part, bro, you got a chair at the table, man.
You got a chair, bro. You always got a chair. Hey, you got a chair, bro.
You already know that I'm down with this.
Yeah, so that's
I'm down with y'all, man.
Yes, sir. So that's gonna be exclusively on YouTube. So you got to make sure that you go and like and follow our YouTube channel. It's Man Up Real Talk. It ain't hard to find. You're gonna see my big head and Phil. You're gonna see his self up there.
What's up?
Yeah, all of that stuff. Kev said he want to see. We'll holler at you, Kev. Look, we're trying to blow this thing up. Y'all don't understand what we're trying to do.
Tim, what's going on, man?
I'm so glad Tim out of Facebook prison. My God.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
God is able. Look at him. Anytime about doing pool. That's why he needs to go right back in Facebook prison. Talking about do pool.
Tim just don't get it, man. Tim just don't get it, man. Tim don't get it.
Tim.
But listen, tonight I thought Leonard was going to be joining us, but it looks like he may not be. If he's watching, Leonard, if you still want to join in, man, hey, we just kicking it off. You know, I already got the link, so just come on in and we'll bring you right in on the conversation.
Well, talk to us in the chats. Talk to us in the chats. I wanted to talk not just exclusively about the playoffs, because to be honest with you, I haven't really followed basketball this year. Shame on you.
It's terrible, but Phil, you know me. It's like once the home team,
I know, brother.
Once the home team is out, I'll be like, all right, what's next? You know, Nick, I'm watching soccer. You know what I'm saying? That's just why I am. Which has been
entertaining, man.
Yes,
soccer's been good, man. I've been watching it too.
It's crazy. I
never watched soccer.
Never. And this is my first year actually watching it because I'm like, what is the big? Because when we think of football, we think football is like the biggest sport. Yeah. But man,
no, football is the biggest sport in the world.
Real football.
Far as soccer, that's the biggest thing.
That's global.
Man. I remember when the World Cup came to Soldier Fields some years ago.
Ooh, I was there. Man. I was there. I sung
on Chicago on fire.
I sung on that platform with Diana Ross. We opened up culture. Yeah, when the World Cup came. Yeah, she opened. She was there, and we backed her up. We was the ones in the all-white jumpsuits. So yeah.
What?
Yeah, man.
That's legendary right there, Sean.
Yeah, man. That was great, man. It was a great experience. It's hot, very hot, because we had on a whole jumpsuit. Jogging outfit. So, but it was straight. It was good.
I forgot this computer I'm using today got a touch screen. I almost shut something down. My bad.
That's why I don't have a touch, cause this laptop is a touch screen. That's why I don't touch nothing.
I'm used to using my main one, so I'm using I'm actually not even in my normal area. I'm using Anyway, so I want to talk about the NBA just as a whole. Let's address the elephant in the room, right? Mm-hmm. LeBron isn't contending for the title this year. So I want to, is that something that you guys kind of expected or not expected? Because after their victory last year, and then we're going to talk about that too, because last year was kind of like what a lot of people refer to as the asterisk championship. You know how
Cubic zirconia rings.
Yeah. The cubic zirconian rings and all that stuff. They make fun of it. Were you all them getting eliminated in the first round? I think was a shock to everybody. But did you see them coming back for the second year to contend for the title, or after last year did you like? Because me, I was just like, they ain't gonna make it back. And here's the reason. Here's the reason why I said that. The reason why I said that is because like this whole thing with super teams, right? And like how everything came together with the Lakers and all that stuff. Oh my God, they got Anthony Davis. And I was like, yeah, all right, they got Anthony Davis. That's cool. I'm like, but I just don't see them coming back and winning another championship. Were you guys surprised to not see them contend for the title, or more surprised to see them get eliminated in the first round?
Leonard, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
There you go. Now let's go, Leonard.
All right, let's get it.
Here comes the LBJer. So let me go ahead and get mine on out. Definitely. I really thought, to be honest with you, as much as I hate on this man, and it's true that I do, and there's no sugarcoating, I do. I really wanted them to be further than where they went, because I don't have a villain. I don't have a villain in the playoffs. The two teams that are playing now, I know we're going to get to them. They're a nice team. They're both like, oh, I want Chris Paul to win. Oh, Milwaukee. It's not like, man, take them down. It's not like that from my energy. Right. I needed a LeBron in here so my energy could be just that revved up. So I could be like, man, take this dude out, man. Let's get him out. But he's out of there, so he's enjoying the game with me.
I just say at home, Leonard, were you shocked
to see them get knocked out in the first round, or did you expect them to get back to the finals this year?
I did, but I mean, you can't, you can never predict injuries, especially major injuries to star players. And so, I mean, when you look at these two teams in the playoffs, let's just keep it real. I mean, no disrespect to either Phoenix or Brooklyn, but Phoenix, played a Lakers team who was leading in the series until, one of their star players got hurt. Right. Then they played Denver, who already lost their second best player early in the season, Jamal Murray. And then you played a Clippers team that actually still took you 6 games after losing their star player and Kawhi Leonard. So here they are. And then Milwaukee was losing easily to Brooklyn, and then they lose, they
like
lose
Kyrie,
James
Harden.
James Harden was hurt already. He was out there playing on one, basically just out there on one leg.
And so with that being said, with those you going against Kevin Durant and whoever
B squad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it took game 7 this close to, still losing. So, I mean, was I shocked that the Lakers went out? I was shocked just because, of course, healthy. I wasn't going to put no other team at the West against them, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, the injuries change everything, and that's as part of the game. So you can't really say nothing. It just is what it is, So, with that being said, honestly, I kind of, because I am definitely a LeBron fan, but I must admit, I kind of do enjoy, being able to see, because I'm also like a Chris Paul fan. Like I've always been a Chris Paul fan too. So like the idea of, potentially seeing him get a ring, what I'm saying, is real. I'm down with that. You know what I'm saying? I like Giannis, you know what I'm saying? I like the Bucks. I've always been the type of person too, like as a Bulls fan, like, I mean, we all know the Bulls suck right now. So, like, honestly, whoever come out
we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right next year. We're gonna be all right next year, Lard.
Whatever. But whoever come out the East, I'm like, it'd be nice to see somebody from the East win too. So I'm not mad at this. But you know what though? Like at the same time, I kind of agree with what Sean just said when he, it's just something about. I mean, you can hate or like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? The one thing you can't take away is the amount of is the polarity that he brings, the attention, the storylines. Like it can be him against whoever, but you know what I'm saying, because he is like everybody's hero or villain right now. You can't doubt that, right now, finals time, like you'd hear more chatter, more everything about what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So but it's cool though,
Is that really, does that still hold? Because when I look at LeBron, I look at it, and I know he is still considered to be the best player in the league. I think Kevin Durant is running a very, very close second. And
I gotta disagree with that.
And well, who would you say is second? Kawhi?
I think the media has been putting a whole lot of star power on this man. The man is great, but he hasn't been here like that for real. Like as far as when the finals come, like and I think we give him so much props, and he's worthy of his props because he's a baller, but he still haven't been there like a Steph or he hasn't won. He hasn't been there like a LeBron, and so I think I just don't look at him as that man. Like he's a man because of the fact he got put out by Milwaukee.
So
you know what?
Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to piggyback off what Leonard and Sean said about the Lakers. But one thing I think the Lakers made a mistake in. They let too many important pieces of that bench go away. They should have kept Rondo, and they should have kept one of them big men, either Howard or McGee. They should have kept one of them.
I was really surprised when they let Howard go. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They should have kept one of them. But another thing about LeBron is great. LeBron, like I said, I'm with Sean. I'm not a fan of this guy. He's a great player and the storyline now, but the shot. That father time is kind of catching up to him a little bit. I mean, he's still good, but you can tell that those years are taking a toll on him now.
But look at what you're saying though. Look, that's the thing. Like, father time is definitely undefeated, and there's no doubt. Like we've been saying for the last few years that he's starting to get older now. He's been in the playoffs, so many years. Look at what you're saying now. Like, how many other 36, 37-year-olds are even doing half of what?
I know. I understand. I understand everything about that. But you notice now that
just think, LeBron went almost his whole career as an Iron Man, to be honest with you. That guy never was injured. He never had a serious injury. And now you can tell by how the injuries are catching up to him now. That's all I'm saying. He's still a great player at his age. But you can tell that give him another year, and it's going to be really, really now. Anthony Davis is going to have to really step up starting next season to really take control of that team.
Well,
take control of that thing.
I personally feel like he's trying to stay in the league until his son gets in, because I think
I think so too.
That'll be another one. I think
so too.
Playing together
every day, but I think it's clear, like you said, that he's just. And me being a big LeBron fan, I can definitely admit that he's not the same. He's not the same guy that's gonna carry your team night.
Yeah,
like what do you
right? And that's
but
what
Mike, wait a minute. Let me ask y'all a question. Do you all think that Anthony Davis could carry that team?
Well, before you all answer that, I wanted to kind of address the LeBron thing, because when he was hurt for that time this year and he came back, a lot of people were kind of speculating that he, maybe this was kind of the injury that kind of showed the chink in his armor, so to speak. Because I think that's probably the longest he's ever missed. He's ever missed games. I guess my question is how long do we think he's going to be that it factor for a team, right? Because they didn't go this year, and I know they were plagued with injuries. Because Anthony Davis is basically he's basically Mr. Glass from Unbreakable. That's why I asked, do we really? I mean, and
do we really think that Anthony Davis can really take over? The top dog of the Lakers.
I don't think so. And so my concern is that because he is his age, and I know that we've been saying, because people have been saying the same thing about Brady, and look what he did last year. But because LeBron is his age, and I believe that basketball is a little bit more physically taxing, especially when compared to what Brady's doing, because you can't even hardly touch him, the way they got the rules and stuff set up. And I just don't see him doing what he's doing and being that factor for too much longer. Now I know his reputation is going to say differently, but I don't see him being like that dude or like that obstacle that everybody is trying to get past, and in the future. And that's just me. And again, I'm not a fan, but I'm also not a hater like Sean, because Sean just can't stand the man.
100%.
But that's okay. But here's the funny thing about 100%. that. I had to come out of that though, right? And the reason why I say that it is because I really did have a disdain for him, but that's only because of the comparisons. And you know how we Chicago people are. We're a little sensitive about Jordan, right? And so when people,
I'm done with that comparison though.
Yeah, I'm so past that. I'm done with that. So when people was making that comparison, that really kind of peeved me, and I really did have a genuine disdain for him. He was my NBA villain, so to speak. But then after a minute, I'm just like, why am I hating on this man because of his talent? You know what I'm saying? Because he does what he does, and he's good at it. And I can't hate on that. I had to appreciate who he was and what he was doing. That being said, I don't think AD is going to be that guy. I just don't. And unless they get a couple more pieces, I really don't see them contending for the title next year either. Especially if AD can't stay healthy. And if they don't, I think they do, like you were saying earlier, Phil, I think they definitely need another big man to help them. So I don't know if they're going to be that team anymore. Now, I want to kind of go back on something that when we were talking about how we look at the teams that's in the finals now, right? Bernard made some really, really valid points. He was saying that, how a lot of teams were injury plagued. You had New Jersey that was plagued with injuries. Clippers, Kawhi went out. AD, he went out on the Lakers. So, Phoenix had a pretty, like when you look at the teams that's there now, a lot of them had some pretty easy paths to kind of get there.
The river open for them.
The river did open for them. Is this title, and we were talking about this a little earlier, is this title going to have an asterisk by it, like the title for? Because a lot of people really look at last year's title like, y'all was in the bubble, it don't count. Which I think it's weird, because my thing is they played the games, they won the games, it should count. But you know how people are and how the media is. Is this going to be another one of those things? Because I think a lot of people were expecting to see the Lakers and Brooklyn. I think that's what they wanted to see, right? But instead, they got Milwaukee and
small market teams.
Yeah, and that's how people say it, like, it's Milwaukee and Phoenix.
But injuries happen, though. You know what I'm saying? They come with the game. So, I mean, even though it looked like, but I'm going to tell y'all, man, we can talk about injuries. Phoenix started playing some good basketball also. We know we can't overlook that they was playing some good basketball also.
Yeah, they did.
Milwaukee will win 7.
Can you really say though that even though they were playing good basketball, they're still a young team? Do you really believe that a healthy Lakers or a healthy Clippers team would have lost to this Phoenix Suns team? The Clippers took them to 6 games, and it was a tough 6 games. That game 2 could have went either way. That call on Paul George.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna leave Paul George alone now. Y'all gonna leave him alone now.
So now all of a sudden Paul George is that dude now. That's what we're trying to say.
He proved himself, though, Mike. He proved himself a little bit, Mike.
Let me correct something. My razors right here. I've been saying this, but I'm reflecting. I am not a LeBron hater. His fans make me a LeBron hater. I respect the man game. I respect what he does on and off the court. But his fans, you can't let people. It's like there are a lot of people that are Trump fans. There are a lot of people that are Donald Trump fans. But because of his fans, they make you hate Donald.
Come on, Sean.
Trump. And so it's I know we're not on this side. I respect Donald Trump, but his people make me be like, man, I can't deal with dude. LeBron the same way. I respect LeBron, but his fans, Leonard Razor Sr., I can't do it.
Okay, wait. Are we comparing LeBron to Donald Trump now?
I did.
Wow. Wow.
It's the fans.
Hold on, look at okay, so some of the comments. Okay, first of all, Tim, I'm giving LeBron, I just gave him his credit. And you can ask Phil, my whole tone has changed towards LeBron.
You know, I told you when Kobe passed away, that made me start to really appreciate people. So I'm not a fan of his, but I give him his credit.
Now, this was funny. You said Derrick Rose made it further than LeBron this season. Listen, real quick though, can we just appreciate Derrick Rose and what he's been doing recently, man?
Salute, man.
But I definitely want to go on for the Knicks. But salute to him.
No, I wasn't going for the Knicks neither.
Definitely. See, feel me? That's why me and you click, man. It's like people didn't understand that. People was like, man, but Rose is on there. I was like, so.
It's C-Red or nothing. It's C-Red or nothing with me. It's C-Red or nothing with me. I mean, I love watching basketball, but I am a diehard. I watched the Bulls when Reggie Theus was the man.
Right, and I remember what the Knicks did to the Bulls, how they played against us.
David Davis try to punk, used to punk Pippen, man, and all that. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
never.
Man, y'all got like basketball PTSD or something, man. Because
I'm fan of the game, just a fan of the game, and a fan of the team, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was actually kind of cheering for the Knicks a little bit. I mean, it wasn't like the Bulls was gonna do anything or like they did anything. So I'm
hey, relax, Mike, relax. We ain't talking about the Bulls right now. We're talking about the Knicks, man.
Keep on lowering your clip, Mike, and shoot at the Bulls.
I'm just saying, man. It wasn't like
Thibodeau coaching with
come on.
Derrick Rose. Yeah, I know Leonard. I know.
Man, look.
It was a little mini Chicago.
Just like the Minnesota Timberwolves.
No, that's just like me cheering. That's just like me cheering for Detroit Pistons because Isaiah Thomas was there. Absolutely not.
I had absolutely.
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. I have no love. I'm to this day, man, and y'all gonna look at me crazy. To this day, man, I have no love for that dude.
Right,
period.
That's what I'm saying.
I have no love for him, and I done met him 1,000 times to roll my eyes at him, Leonard. Real talk. I done met him at the Pro-Am on 35th Street a couple of times, and then roll my eyes at him. And this been like almost 20 years. Look at that clown over there, man.
Hey, Phil for real with it.
I'm a diehard Bulls fan. I'm telling you, man.
I
started watching them. Reggie Theus was my hero, man, when I was a little boy.
Look, that reminds me of that story I told Phil that time I met Scottie Pippen. I worked at O'Hare, and I worked at one of the little stores up there. Pippen came through, and he got him a Tribune and like some Doublemint or something. And he looked up, and I just rung him up and everything. And so I'm giving him back his, I'm giving him his card and stuff back. And he was like, "Do you know who I am?" And I was like,
"Razor, do you know who I am?"
I said, "Yeah, I know who you are." And I said, "Tell Mike," I said, "What's up?" And I just gave him his card.
No, you didn't tell Scottie Pippen to tell Mike. I said,
yes,
this
I
did.
This
man mad right now, man. This is why he mad right now.
I don't care, man. I'm like, man, don't be coming up here talking like you all that. Just get out of here, bro.
Salute, Scotty. Hugh Hollins cheated you, man.
I understand. Look,
Hugh Hollins cheated you, man. He was about to take us back to the finals.
I understand what the Knicks and how that. I understand that rivalry. But I mean,
dude, we had that game one. That nigga called that bogus call, man. And send Hubert Davis to the line, man. Hugh Hollins, man. Drink a cocktail of bleach somewhere.
Let me tell you something. If the Bulls had won that year, you would not have been able to get Scottie Pippen in Chicago Stadium because his head would not have been able to fit inside of there. He would have thought that he was better than Jordan or just as
Scottie
good as
Jordan. Already big. Trust me. You ever, like you said, he asked you, you know I am. Scottie always did have he always thought a lot of himself. But respect to you, Scottie Pippen. Respect to you, bro.
Respect. Take your paper.
I know you tripping right now, but it's respect to you, bro.
Take your paper and your gum and beat it, you scrub. I can't stand it.
And you told him to tell Mike. Yes, I said, "What's up?"
So look. So let me ask you guys a question. Since the teams that we weren't expecting to get to the NBA, like the Lakers, everybody wants to see the Lakers in Brooklyn. Like, oh, these teams, the super teams. Do we even care about these teams? Like remember when LeBron first left Cleveland and he went to Miami? They were just like, oh my God, they forming a super team. Everybody almost like they basically crucified LeBron for him going over and doing that stuff. And then all of a sudden you start seeing a trend where you start seeing a lot of players who was basically ring chasing, which is essentially what every player is doing, trying to get a ring. All these teams started forming, and you start like when Brooklyn, like this year, when you start seeing the people that was coming to Brooklyn, everybody was like, oh my God, this team is going to be great. And next, everybody hurt on the sidelines. Should we invest that much stock in these teams? And should we even care that much that you have like 5 and 7 and 8 stars? Because I remember a Lakers team that had Nick Van Exel, you had Kobe Bryant, you had Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, and you had people on there, you had stars, their whole bench was star-studded. And they was trash. They wasn't trash, but they couldn't play together. And it wasn't until Phil Jackson got rid of a lot of them players, built the team around Shaq and Kobe, and that's when you start getting rings. So why are we so excited when we see these teams with all of these guys? And it's just like, do we really expect them to be that great? Or like how great can the chemistry be when you have a team composed of people who need the ball in their hand? Anybody?
I don't really care for it. I don't really care for all the mega team and the super teams like that. Once they start doing that, man, my hype and love for the basketball game start going down. It's like we doing too much. Like when LeBron first stepped out, that was cool. Like, okay, he went to Miami and it was cool. But then it's like it became like a wave. Everybody started doing it. To me now it's like when the Nets did it, I really wasn't really rooting for the Nets like that because it's like you got all this star power and nothing happened. I know injuries happened, but it wasn't exciting for me. So I'm not a fan of all the superstars coming together like it's an all-star team like that.
Right.
I'm not.
You know what, man? I think honestly, it's always been a thing though, because I mean, when you look at all of the people who are in the GOAT conversation, so not just Mike and LeBron, but look at like your Magics, look at Bill Russell, look at all them guys. Them guys didn't play on teams where it was just them and a bunch of scrubs. Magic,
talk on Leonard,
Worthy, and Kareem, and all
Mike
that.
did.
So,
yes. Man, please, Mike. Yes,
that's a whole.
Mike didn't have stars. Mike did not have stars. Let's not act like Bill Cartwright was a major dude like that. Let's not act like Will Purdue was a major dude. Let's not act like John Paxson was a major dude. Them guys won stars.
Okay, I'll say
they were all stars.
Mike, out of all the people that's in that GOAT conversation, was the only one who didn't play with another guaranteed top 20 all-time player. Everybody else in that conversation had 2, 3, even 4 on their team. So, to see what like Miami did, what Golden State did, what Brooklyn's not doing, and now what everybody else is doing, to me it's really nothing new. I think the only difference is now in this day and time, with social media being the way it is, and in this era of basketball where like everybody now is like everybody's friend, and it's like, well, now let's go hold hands, team up, and we'll go get cake.
Right.
It's to me, that's what's really making it, like that's what's really overdoing it now, because now it's like they're getting together and we seeing them at each other's houses, eating dinner, smiling, going out for ice cream, taking boat trips and stuff like that. Like it's and I get it, because it's like the players are saying now, they're saying like, look, we entertaining you guys, but we gonna be us at the same time too. So LeBron is cool with, Dame Lillard. I mean, now we seeing all of this potential Dame Lillard, maybe trade talks or whatever. Like they good friends and they don't care. Like if people gonna say, oh yeah, another star coming in and stuff, or whoever else. I just think the difference is the times that we living in, and with social media, putting everything out in the open, as opposed to, it wasn't like that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So
that's one thing I can agree with Leonard, because you gotta remember, Isaiah and Magic kissed each other on the cheek before the game. Charles Barkley and Mike played golf together. You know what I'm saying? When Charles Barkley then played in Chicago, he stayed at Mike's crib. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, social media made it where everyone could see it. See, back then, they could be buddy, and then nobody know nothing about it. So that's the only difference right now.
But you still buddy, but you be buddy with the guys you play with on the court. That don't mean that you ain't about to try to ball them until they break their ankles.
That's what Mike did. Mike was cool with you, but Mike still want to take your soul.
Absolutely.
I think there was a certain, and this may sound completely weird, right?
What's in that red cup, Phil?
I know he always got the red cup all the time. So look,
this is the best, y'all.
I used to be a really, really big wrestling fan back in the day. Like I legitimately loved wrestling, right?
I thought it was real when I was little.
And so touching on that a little bit, when I got older and realized that, that these guys, knew each other and hung out and everything and all that stuff, it took the edge off of the matches and the excitement off of who won and the rivalries and stuff like that, right? I still enjoyed it because you still didn't know who was going to win. But it's just like once that person won, you was like, oh, yeah, he was meant to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of see basketball in a similar vein, because like when I watched basketball back in the day, like there was a genuine dislike I had for certain people. Like I genuinely disliked Reggie Miller. I just did not like that dude.
You like Miller time?
No, I appreciated him and I appreciate his game, but I didn't like him. I did not like him. I didn't, and it was other players in the league that I didn't like, and it made me feel like these teams, they were really, really competing against each other. Like they was just like, no, my job is to destroy this team. Mm-hmm. Now it just feels like we're just kind of going through the motions. We make millions and millions of dollars, and it's just like, I mean, hey, we're gonna play this game, and then I'm gonna fly you out, and we'll have tacos on Tuesday.
Yep.
And it take to me, and this is me, and I may sound a little cliched, but it takes the rivalry out of it. Like there is no game that come on that I'm excited to watch. Whereas back in the day, it was just like when it was a Bulls and a Pistons game, you was like, oh yes, it's about to go down. Bulls New York, you knew it was going to go down. Bulls in Indiana, it was about to go down.
That's why you got to get you a villain, Mike.
Yeah, I thought I had one in Trae Young.
The games won't be fun if you don't have a villain.
My
villain is LeBron was all the time, and that made me hyped up about watching like the games because I want to see someone take them out.
Yeah, so to me, it seems like that competitive edge is no longer there, and I know they're still competing, but and this is just I think just the state of the game itself. It just to me no longer seems like a competition. Like they all seem like exhibition games to me now.
The storylines was making a lot of those games, like the build up to the actual game.
Right. Oh.
That we just don't, like you said, we don't have that no more because America's number one NBA villain, LeBron James, is not playing right now, and right now, NBA doesn't really have another polarizing player. Like, I mean, they got a lot of talented players, a lot of players that you can argue now might be past him in terms of overall talent, but still like that one, like most polarizing.
He's that figure.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you hate him or like him, he's the dude that we're gonna be talking about when basketball season's over with.
Right.
What the Lakers are doing. Where's LeBron? Oh, LeBron is in, somewhere in Kane County sipping a milkshake. Oh, what's in that milkshake? You know what I'm saying? Like he's just that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
ESPN talked about him riding a bike a couple of years ago. Do y'all remember that? When they had a whole section of their show talking about LeBron riding a bike and the type of bike he was riding and all that.
Yes, I didn't really follow him like that. I mean, it just seems to me that like when I look at these teams and how everybody is going, it's like it's almost like playground ball. It's like, I'm finna pick all my friends and all of us are gonna be on the same team. And it's no, and I think you hit it right on the head. Like it's no story anymore. It's just like.
Mm-hmm. But the Miami, but the Miami and Chicago series, man. Now that those some good series. Back before D Rose got hurt.
I mean,
Joakim Noah couldn't stand. Yeah. Joakim Noah couldn't stand. Come on, man. Joakim Noah called that man a P, y'all, and they caught it on camera.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. That was a rock. I mean, well, I understand where you all coming from, but it was like let's say it was like a mini rivalry somewhat because it still was. You could tell that these people didn't like each other.
Yeah.
Joakim Noah did not like LeBron.
He said,
called him a P on national TV.
He said, "What's in Cleveland?" He said, "What's in Cleveland?" Like when Joakim Noah was there, he disrespected places. Yeah. He like, "What's in Cleveland?" Ain't nothing in Cleveland.
Dude, a rivalry though, you gotta have both sides winning. I didn't fight.
Yeah, that's all. I try not to bring that up, Leonard. I try not to bring that up, man. I try to overlook that, Leonard. Come on, man. Don't do that, man. You're a Bulls fan too, Leonard. Come on, don't do that, Leonard. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that, Leonard.
Hey, don't do that, man.
Don't do that, man. You see, I try not to bring that up, Leonard, man. Don't do that.
Do games, we want
Wait. How you gonna be a rivalry and you done won 20 games?
Come on, man. Joakim dominated them in front of their daddy. Now y'all laughing like that.
Let's not do that, man. The Bulls were number one. They were number one overall. They were number
in
one
the regular. Boy, don't nobody care about no regular.
What I'm saying, let's not act like they want the stars.
Hey,
they were the number one team overall, man.
Sean, let me ask you a question. And look, give me an honest answer, y'all. A real honest answer. Do you think that if the kid wouldn't have got messed up, you think we would have got a chip?
I think we would have went further in the play. I think we would have went. I think we would have went far in the playoffs. But I don't think we would have won that year. I think I'm
talking about not that year. I'm talking about if he hadn't got injured overall.
No, you know why? And you know why I say that? Because the Bulls front office is trash. And they have a but you're not talking about now. We're talking about back then. And they had a tendency of having really, really good teams and breaking those good teams up.
I think that injury messed everything up, though, Mike. I
really do. That's my opinion.
I
think Derrick Rose. I think
the number one point
any championship dreams that we had, I think it died with that knee. That's just my opinion.
We were never able to give Derrick Rose another star.
Right, and he didn't have the he needed that other support.
Right.
He had it. He had it. They didn't gel. They didn't gel well. So
who was the other? You talking about Butler?
No. What's the player who played with him?
You know what, Leonardo, Mike, y'all gonna stop this, man.
He went to Detroit.
Y'all really gonna stop this, man. Y'all gonna stop. Sean, don't say nothing else, Sean. Don't say nothing else, Sean.
Phil, Derrick Rose is the only star on the team. Who else?
Are you referring to Joakim?
Who else?
Hey, man, don't talk. That's my second favorite Bulls player.
Joakim was the man back then.
Don't do that.
But to answer your question, Phil, would they have won the trophy? I don't think so, because by that time, Miami had their team together. Then you had the Spurs who were there, and then after the Spurs, insert the Golden State Warriors. That Bulls team, as constructed, unless we would have got another star or two in there, no, we weren't gonna beat none of those teams, man. We just wasn't.
And don't get me wrong. I thought we with Derrick Rose with Derrick Rose in his MVP form. I honestly thought that if we had that second star player, right, somebody that would be able to complement him, I believe that we would have won. Maybe not. I know not that year, and no. maybe not the second. Stop laughing, Leonardo. I'm trying to be.
All right, man. Let's talk about the finals, man. Y'all, you know what? Let's get this Phoenix walking, man. Y'all wrong.
Real hard, Mike. You like wait a minute. Let me carry
wrong.
Wait, hey, y'all horrible, man.
Wait a minute.
Jesus Christ, man.
Let me finish my thought.
Y'all horrible, man.
We might not have won that year.
Overall, they was gonna get somewhere.
That's all right, though. That's all right.
We may not have won the year after that, but Mike, I believe there's somewhere along the line.
Stop, Mike. Just stop.
Hold on, y'all. Razor, hold up.
Hey, Mike is that prophet that's telling you that greatest coming. That's what.
No. Look. What was that team though? Hold on. What was that year? When Rose got hurt when we played against the Knicks. What year was that?
That was against the Knicks.
Then he get hurt.
No, Rose got hurt against the 76ers.
76ers. That's what I'm talking about. That year, like I believe that. Because you don't think they would have won anywhere that year?
We wasn't beating Miami that year. Even if we would have got past Philadelphia, you ain't about to beat a Miami team with them 3 stars and all them shooters.
Right. Bro. You got to remember, you had
LeBron. The Bulls was gelling though, man.
It don't matter. They was gelling in the regular season. They would gel every regular season to get to the postseason and get picked off by Miami.
Look, you got to remember, LeBron had a reputation back then, whereas it was something about the playoffs where it was just like he would just turn into a completely different player, and he would just suffocate and snuff everybody. Listen, I believe that the Bulls.
Give him that much props.
But the man, look, you
don't have that much props.
You don't have to. I'm just saying
he wasn't doing no suffocation without 3-4 all-stars on his team. So I'm not giving him that much props now. Now don't get me back to hating on this dude. Come on, man. Let's be for real now. Let's not act like he was beating teams by himself.
Look, let me tell you something, man.
He didn't win championships until he went to an all-star team. Now let's be for real about LeBron now.
So Sean, what star beat teams by themselves? What star won other than Michael Jordan? I'm gonna give you Mike, and he still won by himself.
Right.
Don't say right, because they ain't draft no players like he was building. They built a team.
It was different then.
No,
we're not talking about how you get them. I don't care how many teams won with just one star. I'll wait all day.
Right. I'm not saying they can't do it other than the Chicago Bulls, other than Michael Jordan. But I'm just saying, he had to go out and look at Steph Curry and them. They won like. Everybody on that team won like superstars. They built that jail. They built that team together. They didn't just come drafted. They didn't draft Draymond Green. They were together.
They have 5 stars on their team at one point.
Right.
Drafted or traded. We're not talking about how you get your stars. I asked the question: how many players won against these other teams with just 1 star, drafted or traded?
I'm just saying, y'all treat LeBron like he's the man who suffocates team, like he or Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was the ones that greats didn't get a ring. LeBron didn't stop any greats from getting a ring. That's what I'm saying.
And who Derrick Rose stopped?
I'm not talking about Derrick. I'm talking about Mike. I'm talking about the real GOAT.
No, the problem is
about the real GOAT.
We were talking about Derrick Rose.
No, I'm talking about how y'all talk about LeBron James.
You don't have nothing to support you for Derrick Rose.
No, so I ain't talking about Derrick Rose.
LeBron had to get a bunch of other people. You ain't got nothing to support Derrick Rose other than my man's gonna be back there.
Tell me what teams did LeBron stop. Tell me what greats he stopped.
Listen, we can talk about major soreness another time. The thing is,
what did you just say?
Call a major soreness.
Mike, relax, Mike. Relax.
We can talk about major.
Relax, Mike. Relax. Now sit back. All this blasphemy.
It was general soreness, not major.
And now you go, Leonard.
Hey. Y'all can talk about Rose. He played for the Knicks. That don't matter to me. I'm talking about Michael Jordan.
We gotta salute the general.
You know what? So
who is AD? Who is AD then?
Oh.
This is what y'all gonna get on ManUp Sports on YouTube, people. This how it's gonna be, because we gonna get some of my guys on here, and this is the conversation you're gonna get. This is real conversation right now, and I'm kind of ticked off right now, and they keep saying it. But this is a conversation you're gonna get on YouTube. So y'all be sure to check in. You see Mike doing a little salute and all that. This is what you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm. It's all right,
my knee.
Look, I better not salute too hard. I might break my elbow. Like,
okay, but you'll be back better than ever, man. You'll be back better than ever.
Look, it's gonna take me 10 years, but hey, I'm gonna get there. After your son graduates, right? Ain't that what he said?
All right, man.
Okay, all right.
I'm off road.
Okay.
Sean got quiet. You good, Sean?
Hey, I'm not a Rose fan anymore. That dude played for the Knicks.
Man.
Yeah,
come on, man.
You ain't
look.
No, man, I'm not a Rose fan once you went to the Knicks. I'm good.
I'm happy for that dude wherever he is. I'm just gonna be honest. I ain't gonna even lie.
He had a good year.
Shout out.
Shout out to Rose.
He had a good year.
I'm not cheering for the Knicks.
Let's get to this game, Mike. Let's get to this game, man.
All right, so here we are.
Still the GOAT, the real GOAT.
Here we are, the playoffs, and we got Phoenix and the Milwaukee Bucks. CP3 versus Giannis. Who y'all got?
Bucks.
Because statistically speaking, teams that are down by 2 has only won 33% of the time. That's historically and statistically speaking. Now I know 33% is 33%, but it's not a lot. That being said, on paper, the Bucks are better than Phoenix on paper.
And I still got Phoenix.
The problem is that Phoenix is executing better than Milwaukee, except for last night. And that's because a couple of key people on Phoenix squad had you had one that got into foul trouble. I forget his name, but he was in foul trouble.
Aiden.
And then who was that? Was that
DeAndre
Booker? Booker only had 10 points last night.
Yeah, and Booker had 10 points, and he just came off of a 30-point night. Now, my question to you is Booker going to be that guy going forward? Is he going to have another 30-point night? Is he going to have another 24-point night? Is he going to be that dude? Giannis, and see, here's what I want to talk about with Giannis. I hear a lot of people talking about him saying that he just got empty calorie stats. And I never understood that term empty calorie stats, right? I kind of got it. I kind of understood it when they referred to football, like they would talk about Dak often, and they would talk about this stat because Dak was putting up just crazy numbers, but it was because he was always fighting from behind, and they was like, yeah, those are empty calorie stats. It don't matter. I'm like, but he still had to throw the ball. But anyway, Giannis, he's averaging what, like 40 something a night. He's getting
he just joined Shaquille O'Neal as only 2 players have back-to-back 40 and 10.
Dude, that's an exclusive club. Finals. You know, one night he 40 and 12, one night 40 and 40 something and 10. And he is doing his job, but it seems as if his supporting cast, for whatever reason, is not stepping up. And I think that's what worries me the most. I watch some of the shows, and some of the analysts are saying that it's because they don't play well with Giannis. But I'm just like, but y'all been playing all year, so I don't understand why all of a sudden now it's an issue because y'all are in the finals. So I don't know. Me personally, I would love to see either one of these guys get a chip. To be honest, I would love to see Giannis get a chip. I would love to see CP3 get a chip. But if I had to pick one now, I would probably I would want the Bucks to win. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a little concerned. So I don't know, man. Who y'all got?
I don't trust Middleton, and I don't trust Holiday outside of Milwaukee. And what Phoenix has to do is, coach, you got to realize that Aiden can't defend Giannis. No. Giannis is a monster going downhill, man. I mean, people don't realize 6'10" coming downhill.
I just hope they don't create that wall. If they create that wall,
but see, that's what they need to do. They need to. That's what Toronto did to him a couple years ago. Yeah. Philly did that to him 1 year. You got to build that wall. You got to make him become a jump shooter. Because if you don't make him become a jump shooter, he's going to score 40 like that.
He already thinks he's a guard. He already think he's a guard.
But I still got Phoenix because I don't trust Middleton. I don't trust Holiday. That's me. And I don't see Booker only scoring 10 points.
Bucks in 6 or 7.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing. I feel like role players play better at home, and I feel like that's what we've seen the first 3 games. I feel like Phoenix's role players were better in Phoenix. Yesterday we saw Milwaukee's role players better there. I personally like. I'm cool with seeing either one win. I don't really have that much of a horse in the race. I think though personally, especially if Milwaukee can win this next game, I think I'm gonna say I think the Bucks will win, just because I think for me Milwaukee's a big team, and I think the one thing that you can't really, it's harder to guard is size over anything else. I think it's gonna come down to Phoenix's outside shooting, you know what I'm saying, versus, you know what I'm saying, like Milwaukee's size. And I think that, you know, Milwaukee's going, I think they've learned. See, I think Giannis needed that game 1. He had come off that knee injury, and so he wasn't fully himself that game 1. Because in both of those games in Phoenix, they made runs in the fourth quarter. Like they
did
about 5 or 6 points, and Phoenix was able to close them out. I think that if Milwaukee finds a way to tie this series up, I'm gonna take the Bucks and probably 7 to win this series.
They gotta get Lopez off that 3-point line and put him down in that hole too.
Yeah, I don't think they need. I think they would rather keep him on the 3-point line to draw Aiden out of the hole. You know what I'm saying? And because they got enough size going in there. As long as you got
Giannis, Middleton,
Giannis, they got the size. So
So I think man, like I said, either one of them winning would be cool because it's so funny. I think about how people are like, I just wish it would be different people playing in the finals, and now it's different people playing in the finals, and nobody seems to care. It's the weirdest thing.
Weird,
but
very weird.
I think I don't know, man. Like I said, I think I really do. I would love to see the Bucks win it, to see Giannis get a chip, but right. It's just like, man, I want to see him. I want to see him get one too, man.
If you're really not a Bucks fan or a Phoenix fan, you really don't have. But me, I just think that I got Phoenix. I just don't trust. I really don't trust Middleton or or Holiday. I don't trust him. But shout out to Bobby Portis. He doing his thing coming off that bench for him, though. I still got faith.
And they screaming his name.
Mm-hmm.
He never got that in the Bulls.
No, he did.
It was like, get that dude on out of here.
Oh, crazy eye.
Man. But he getting much love in Milwaukee, man.
Yeah, man.
He getting much. But I'm definitely going Bucks in 6 or 7. But I don't have a team.
You got the Bucks winning the next. You got the Bucks winning the next 2 straight.
Yep, I believe they got their heads on right. I believe.
Wow.
I believe. Yeah, I don't believe that. Sometimes it takes that one win to like they not the Clippers. See, the Clippers were different. Like they got that win, and it was like they didn't execute. Milwaukee they're gonna execute.
Dude, they lost their best player. The Clippers.
No, I know that.
Yeah,
so. Yeah, but Clippers still have a great team. I'm with the Clippers, and I just hated that they didn't put the Suns out. But I think Bucks are gonna do it at 6 or 7. Because of the fact I believe that they understand what it takes now from here on.
They better win Wednesday though.
They'll win Wednesday.
Yeah, agree.
They better win.
Because if they don't win Wednesday, I think it's over. I think it's a wrap. But but historically speaking, they've come back from some deficits. You know what I'm saying? And they just did it. So yeah, it's not like they've never been in this situation before.
But they didn't do it. They didn't do it against a hurt team. This is not a hurt team.
True.
The Nets were a hurt team, so they came back. They definitely wouldn't have beat the Nets if Harden would have been a lot stronger, or if Kyrie was there. They wouldn't have beat them. So I know we're saying historically speaking, they wouldn't have beaten them. They wouldn't have beaten Philly. Because Philly, one of their major guys, Atlanta, one of their major guys went out.
Yeah, when Trey got hurt.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shifted the game once he went out.
Because to be honest, Atlanta without Trey Young is what? It's really just it's just a
and they lost that white boy. For Atlanta.
But the Bucks didn't have Giannis them last 2 games in them series.
That's true too.
That's true.
So that's true.
That's what Middleton lost his mind. That's what Middleton lost his mind.
Yeah, but the Suns got such a balanced team, man. With them guys, man.
And when they clicking, man.
That's
why I said the Suns.
You gotta win.
That's why I said I understand all the. Now I'm not trying to say what they would have did against anybody, but I cannot say the Suns haven't been playing no good basketball in these playoffs. Now,
it's either
maybe the Lakers probably would have beaten them, or Denver, or whatever. But they've been playing some good basketball to me.
I think it's gonna either be the Suns in 6 or the Bucks in 7. I think that's the scenario.
The road team gonna win. I agree.
Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a road team that's gonna win. So it's gonna be interesting. Real quick. I know that's not big news, but I just found it funny. USA losing to Nigeria by 30.
Hey, let's not bring up Zach. Zach scored some points.
Hey, dude told KD, you not that dude.
KD let him out next time they play.
KD gonna come back and probably score 60 on them, man. But Mike, you gotta realize though, Mike.
Wasn't this an exhibition game?
Yeah, it's exhibition. Yeah. Plus, these guys, this their first time playing together.
Yeah, so this is not for real, man. It's not for real.
Man, come on, man. USA
gets real. So it's gonna be real later, but not now.
Yeah. No. So it don't matter.
We shall see.
It was funny though. It was funny.
It was funny. It was real funny.
Mike Jenny was like, "We did it. We did it."
But there are some ballers. There are some ballers outside this country. That's where they come from now.
But you know what a lot of people don't realize is there's a lot of American players that plays on these foreign teams also.
They went back home.
They come from playing from overseas. I'm talking about American born that plays overseas and they get citizenship in that country to play for that country's team in the Olympics. So it'd be a lot of American born players that be playing on these other country teams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like them guys is playing overseas.
Don't Joe Kim play for like Yugoslavia or something?
Joakim Noah's from France, man. Stop it, man.
Yeah, it would be him and Tony Parker.
Yeah, Tony Parker,
because Nick Batum. Yeah,
Boris Diaw.
Yeah, Diaw. Yep.
Yep.
So, but I mean, the international competition though is a lot better these days than it was the Dream Team.
Like when Jordan was playing, they was trash, but now it's like, man.
The Dream Team is the reason why the international competition got so good.
Wait a minute, don't say
okay. All right. I knew Sean was gonna react.
You had Mike them on the team, and anybody compared to that Dream Team was gonna look like trash.
No, boy, basketball players was trash, Sean.
Sean, they was definitely trash.
So Tony Kukoc was trash.
Didn't even have
no. Whoa. Now Sean making a point.
So
that Yugoslavia team, that Vlade Divac and Kukoc
they were trash. Come on, man.
Deja Raja and what's the guy that died in the car accident? Petrovic and all them. Them boys was ballers, man. Mike, you can look all you want. Them boys was ballers. They all played in the league. So say what you want to say. Petrovic, all of them. They was ballers, homie.
What up, Mike?
Petrovic was on his way to the All-Star team before he got killed, playing for New Jersey.
You know what tripped me out, Phil?
So come on, man. Come on, dude.
Phil, a lot of these guys.
I'm not gonna let you do that.
They mistreat the vets like they weren't that deep and that good, because in fact all these new school players that you're seeing right now, they all bit off of Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson in some way or somehow. But now all of a sudden the teams back then want no comparison to the teams today. Come on, man.
Okay, all right.
Come on, man. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Okay, then let's do this.
Paul, as a matter of fact, Paul always been a powerhouse over there in Spain.
All right.
They always been a powerhouse international. See, what I'm saying is, if you don't watch it, you wouldn't know. But the whole thing is, them brothers be balling. They balling for years.
Yeah. I mean, I listen. All I know is like, I know they be selling out basketball tickets in Spain. Here's my point.
You got to understand, man. Those teams are watching teams. All that era that we about to talk about that's doing well right now. All of them grew up because their fathers made them watch people like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. All of them guys. So that's what it is, man.
That don't change the fact that the competition back in the day was trash, bro.
They want trash, bro.
Why the players today was watching Michael Jordan, they was also watching them Yugoslavia teams trash, bro. Are you kidding?
I'm saying
it was horrible, man.
I'm saying those.
All right, y'all. All right. Okay.
I'm saying those overseas teams were watching Mike them. Like all them guys that's balling now, they parents made them follow all, Mike them game and all that stuff. That's why they so good now. Their game didn't just develop out of nowhere.
You're talking about teams whereas their VIP where they played, their VIP sections was barrels with cushions on top of them. Listen,
hey man,
the international game have improved a whole lot. You all right about that. It has improved a whole lot. But you all not going to sit back and say, like, I'm not trying to say all them other teams back when Mike was playing was great, was all that good, because they was trash, a lot of them. But I'm telling you right now, that team they had Divac and Kukoc and Petrovic and all them, that was a good team. That was a team that met them in the finals. That was a good team, y'all. No, that was a good team.
That's one team.
And them guys that played in the
What about what's the guy who played
I brought that one team, Mike. I agree with you.
What the guy who played for the Spurs?
Y'all don't even know their names. Y'all saying the guy who played. The guy who got me a cup of water.
Hey,
know their names.
That guy who always sitting by the Gatorade. He was on their team.
Y'all talking about the USA who had guys on Wheaties boxes and
y'all so disrespectful to the world. Y'all so disrespectful to the world.
You remember that dude that was mopping the sweat up on right by the I don't remember him. I'm sorry.
Y'all talking about
bro. I
understand
everything y'all saying.
International affirmative action, man. Get out of here, man.
I understand what you guys saying. International basketball have improved a whole lot, But we're not going to overlook that there was a lot of good players that came into the league from overseas back in the 90s also.
Phil.
Okay.
So Sabonis was garbage too. Sabonis was garbage too.
Phil.
Arvydas Sabonis was garbage too.
Those games was like going to the Harlem Globetrotter games, man.
Arvydas Sabonis played in the league.
He's one guy.
He was a very good player in the league.
On a trash team.
I'll take the
Paul Blue about. He's a very good player in the league playing against American NBA players. So what does that mean?
Phil.
Hey man, y'all
okay.
Y'all talking like y'all acting like millennials now.
No.
Millennials.
Listen, no, but you see, here's what I'm not going to be.
Like millennials, man.
I'm not going to be blinded by nostalgia, and that's what
nostalgia.
Okay, here's the thing. Mike, I'm going to let you yell it out, and then when you finish,
Mike, go on talk, bro.
When you finish, I'm going to just say what I want to say.
I know. Go on talk.
All right. Here's the thing. No one is. I'm not undercutting the Dream Team in the least bit, but they were blowing these teams out. You can't make it. You can't honestly sit there.
I'm not talking about the Dream Team.
I thought you were going to sit back and
let y'all say that no great players was playing. There was no good players from overseas in the 90s. That's not true. That is not true. There was a lot of great players from overseas that came into the league and was playing great play, and it was good in the league against American NBA players. Petrovich gave it to Mike one year when he was playing for New Jersey. He was a borderline all-star, but he died in an auto crash.
Phil, you talking about
That's all I'm saying, man.
You talking about one, maybe
no,
two,
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about
on
Petrovich
on the team. Bro, you talking about the USA team that top to bottom had like the best of the best.
It was.
I am not arguing with y'all. I'm not arguing about Dream Team. Dream Team was far superior than the other competition. What I'm saying was there were some great foreign players back then. That's all I'm saying.
No one is
I'm not saying that about the Dream Team. I'm just saying there was a lot of great foreign players back in the 90s. There was.
I don't think
they played in the league and played very good in the league.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Are you done? Are you finished or are you done?
Go ahead, Mike.
All right. No one said that there were not good international players. We understand that because, yes, some of them played in the league. However, you have these little countries with, they probably sat up there and put all of the resources that they had to send these teams to the Olympics. They couldn't have been that great. This is all I'm saying.
Mike,
Hold on.
I didn't argue that point.
Hold on. So when I said that a lot of these teams were trash, nigga, they was playing Venezuela. Nobody even knew how to pronounce Venezuela at that time. They were playing countries like
Sound like a millennial, Mike.
Sean, I'm being realistic. All I'm saying is that they played a lot of the countries that they played, the caliber of players that they had. Listen to what I'm saying. Their star players in some of these countries would have been considered bench players in the U.S. That's all I'm saying. You can't the Dream Team. You had these were all-star teams. All-star. You talk about the likes of Malone, Ewing, Dikembe, David Robinson, Jordan, Reggie Miller, Bart. These were starters.
That's what we're saying.
I'm not arguing that
point.
Still
not arguing that point.
I'm not arguing that point.
But what I'm saying is that they blew through those teams because those other teams were trash compared to the USA team.
Mike, I'm not arguing that point, Mike. I'm not arguing that point.
That's the point we was trying to get y'all to see.
What I'm trying to say is you just can't sit and say all foreign players are trash.
I never said that. I said the teams were trash.
The teams were trash.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that there was some good foreign players back in the 90s. That's what I said.
But they weren't.
I know they ain't far superior.
There was not a foreign dream team. So you didn't have all foreign players.
I know that wasn't a foreign dream team.
They were spread out over like 80
team. So tell us about a foreign dream team now. Tell us about what team do y'all know right now between now from 2000 to now that was a foreign dream team.
Let me say
That's
this.
what I just said.
There's no foreign dream team. But let me say
that's all we was trying to tell y'all. Like, but y'all was acting like that era was trash. And
they were.
They were.
No.
But you can't. Okay, so you mean to tell me that
y'all sound like my students? My students said that Mike them era was trash compared to this era.
Oh, Sean, listen to what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like when Wilt was playing. Most of those guys that were playing basketball was playing that as a side thing. These cats were orthodontists. They were dentists. No, seriously, they had other occupations. This is who Wilt Chamberlain was playing against. Now, I'm not knocking Wilt. He scored 100 points. He scored 100 points against a butcher. That's awesome. Whatever. All I'm saying is that times have changed. Facilities have changed. Coaching has changed. The teams from back then has evolved, just like the teams in our league has evolved. If you compare to the foreign teams of then to the foreign teams now, I promise you the foreign teams now would destroy those teams back then.
I agree with you on that. Foreign teams now are way better. I'm not arguing that point.
But what I'm trying to
trash back in the day.
Right. What I'm trying to get you guys to see is that in comparison to the American teams at that time, because American basketball was further along and more advanced than basketball in the foreign countries. So those teams that were coming along, you got to remember those teams were probably just playing while they were training to go to the Olympics.
I get that. I get that because of the fact Mike made the game global. So
right. You got to remember. The NBA was in like what? Before Mike came to the league, the NBA might have been in 8 countries.
Right.
Maybe 8. Once
Mike made it global, though.
He made it global.
So in retrospect to your argument is valid. That's the fact those players didn't have that much experience.
No.
And so Mike them beat up pretty much on the backyard bucket players.
They was beating up on goat herders, bro. They was trash.
I give y'all that.
That's all I'm saying.
That's what I said. That I give y'all.
I agree with y'all. I agree with everything y'all said from the point. But I'm not going to let y'all say that there was no great foreign players that came to the league and they was great in the league.
We never said that.
I
only said that.
All right, well, we good then, y'all. So what's next?
I only said that the 4 teams that they played was trash.
And I love this, y'all.
And we took you all around the block to just explain. That's all we was saying.
Hey, man.
They was trash.
Man, you need to wait alone.
Well, let me ask
shout out to the waiter, Tony Kukoc. Shout out, bro.
I'm about to get the truth out of Razor right now because I know what he's going to say. Could the dream team with Mike them beat any dream team from 2000 to 2021 would have beat Mike them team?
So what you really want to ask? Let's just tighten up. What you really want to ask is if we put the dream team against the redeem team, because that was the conversation.
That's what the conversation.
Right. Kobe, Durant, all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So you fail to realize, Sean. Sean is the type of person, he don't believe that you could be a Mike fan and a LeBron fan and a Kobe fan. For him, it's like
it don't make sense.
Who you are. I was a Mike fan. I was a Mike fan first. Mike is the GOAT. I was a LeBron fan. I'm a KD fan. Like I've been fans more than one person. I was a Mike fan. I'm also a LeBron fan, bro. Stop trying to get me to choose one or the other. Like it's
when you're a 90s basketball fan, it was no, I'm a fan of both this person and that person.
Yes, it is. Why?
Man, please.
People are so you mean to tell me, Sean, you can't be a fan of more than one person?
I can. I was a fan of Allen Iverson.
So why is it for you? Why is it such a problem?
Because Iverson didn't compare himself to MJ.
Yes, he did.
No, not like LeBron did.
But who cares though? Is there a certain level of MJ comparison you can only take? Is that what it is? Well, like what is this, Sean? Like it just don't make no sense, bro. Is there like a certain number? Like you Jordan level 30, so we gonna stop there. Like what?
Lamar. Hey, Space Jam 1 is better than Space Jam 2 because
I don't know. To answer your question, no, I would put no other Olympic team over the Dream Team. I just can't. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was an honest to God perfect team. And
man, that was real perfect. That was a real perfect team, man.
Just in terms of, I mean, when I look at, when you
that
look
Redeem
at
team was decent too, y'all.
But to Lenard,
that Redeem team was decent.
Let me play the devil's advocate. Let me play devil's advocate. that Dream Team, they again back then, a lot of the talent they were playing against in the United States was not like the talent that the Redeem Team was playing in the United States. So can we say that? I'm just playing devil's advocate right now.
That international competition was trash too, because remember the Redeem.
I'm talking about no, I'm talking about the Redeem Team against the Dream Team, like comparing the Dream Team that played against NBA players back then and the Redeem Team playing against NBA players today. It was would y'all say that the competition was greater with the Redeem Team playing against in the NBA, or was the competition greater in the NBA back then with the Dream Team?
You know what? I think that's almost an impossible question to answer, right? Because it's like when people have the GOAT discussion, I don't even have that discussion anymore because I look at it like basketball, like when you say the greatest of all time, you are referring to something that no longer is that's no longer going, and all out of all of the people that ever did it, this person was the greatest who have ever done it. That's hard to say when something is still going. It's just like with LeBron. LeBron may be hailed as right now as currently the best player in the league, but who's going to come after him is going to do better than what he did, right? So when you look at the teams of back then, everything was different. The play style was different. The rules were different. You know, their whole mindset of how to play the game was different because back then it was more inside. The emphasis on the big man was different. He was a key to the game.
Big man dead.
There is no big. There are no big men in the NBA anymore. Not the typical big man. Right. No. Now you have hybrid.
Back to the basket, big man.
Right. It's no like like those guys like Barkley and that would get a guy down under and would bully his way to the rim. Those guys don't exist anymore. Now you have hybrid players that's big, but they're quick and they're shooters. They're wing scorers. So if you're going to do that, you're going to say, okay, what rule set are we going to apply?
It's too much.
And the parameters is too much.
And you really can't do it. You really
can't do it. Now if you want to go number wise, you can always compare numbers and do it that way. But numbers can only tell you so much.
I feel like that's too much too, because there's no one person that's just going to dominate all the numbers either.
Exactly.
So whether you like Mike, whether you like Wilt, whether you say Bill Russell, LeBron, like it's just there's really honestly the GOAT conversation really is just for us to have good talk around the dinner.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all it is, bro. So and that's what Mike said from the beginning. When they asked Mike said, yo, like don't do that because every era of this game is different.
It's
and you
different.
got players that's dominating every era. So you can't have no all.
That's why I say now, instead of saying the GOAT, the greatest of all time, I just say the GOAT, the GOTE, the greatest of that era. You know, because because at that time, that's who was running the thing. You know,
I feel you on there, Mike, but
you know
Mike
what I'm
is
saying?
still the GOAT to me.
I mean, and that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna take that away from you. Look, Dr. J don't even have Mike on his list because, like he said, when he was playing, Michael Jordan, when he was coming up, Jordan wasn't playing. But those guys like Oscar Robertson, those are the dudes that he saw that he thought was great. And so when you talk about the greatest of all time, in his eyes, it was those guys that came up in that era.
He ain't gonna give Mike his props because he know Mike is the GOAT. Period.
Oh,
he know Mike.
But you know what? Period. It's an age thing also.
And then Mike changed the face of the game. So those guys back then, they were great in their times. But there's only one Michael Jordan. Period. Like you
there's
have
only one Dr. J. Like there's
what?
Like
my goodness.
No, they were great. They were good. They were good players. There's only one Kevin Garnett. There's only one Kevin Durant. Yes, you could say that about a whole lot of them, but there's only one Michael Jordan, period, of the NBA.
Right.
Like all those other people
Michael Jordan. There's only one Steph Curry. We have not seen Steph Curry before. There's only been on one LeBron.
Yeah, we ain't seen Steph Curry before because of the fact
Kevin Durant was nobody can foul. Kevin Durant might be
can't hand check, Sean. Can't hand check him.
Yeah, you can't hand check him. So
but he checked. But you know, low key. That little high yellow dude done changed the game too, y'all. Cause now everybody's shooting threes now.
It's gonna keep
which happening. Is a weak way out because of that you lose the game like that. But he won by three. You got by the three. And so the reason that Steph Curry lived by the three because of that you had a Klay Thomas who could shoot that ball and you had a Green who was in that post. That's the reason why he can live by the three.
No,
if he didn't have those kind of guys, if he wasn't surrounded with those kind of guys, Steph, we wouldn't even probably be talking about Steph like this.
No, Steph Curry lived by the three because he was small.
At the end of the day,
I'm just saying, anytime you got other players that you could be trustworthy with the ball, like a Klay, you could dish it to Klay, and he's trustworthy with the ball. Now you got a person like Klay. Now making him a double threat. It's a double threat. Like you have to stick one of those guys.
The only way your argument would be valid had Mike was able to win without getting Pippen. Then your argument.
He didn't get Pippen. Let's not act like he got Pippen. It wasn't like that when Pippen came. The Bulls won the championship. It wasn't like that. That's not treated like LeBron went to with Dwayne Wade and
okay. So
we're not talking about.
So let's ask this question then. Could Jordan have won 6 championships without Pippen?
No, that's different though, Mike. Because
how is it different, Sean?
Because Pippen was the star of another team that got drafted to the Bulls. That's
not
different.
The question he asked.
I just told you why. I just told you. No, but I'm just saying.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
We don't we already know that Pippen was from Central Arkansas. We already know that Pippen wasn't a star. We know that. We don't need you to explain that.
Please don't. I won't explain it then.
Mike have
we know it. We know it.
The answer is no.
What's this comparison to? So what's the comparison to? What's the comparison to? I'm trying to see where your comparison is.
We're not comparing it to nothing. He asked.
So why are we bringing that up?
Because you were talking about
Mike had one without Pippen.
Right,
we're not comparing it to nothing.
No, so we know that. So what's the comparison?
It's because you said Steph was able to be Steph because he had somebody like Klay Thompson.
And
so with that same. So with
that
didn't
have ands and ands.
But he said that same rationale.
He said that Klay Thompson really shot the shots for Steph. That's why he's saying that Steph wouldn't have been there without Klay. Because Klay was the one that took Steph Curry's hands, shot the ball, and the ball went up. He hit it out.
No, I was saying, listen, when Pippen came to the Bulls, it wasn't that Pippen was a double threat with Mike. Pippen developed into that. Clay and Steph were already double threats. Is what I'm saying. When? They were double threats. Come on, man. Let's not act like Steph was the man. Then Clay had to develop his game. They were already both double threats.
God bless Sean. God bless, bro. How long was Steph from Golden State before they start winning?
I'm not talking about that. I'm I'm just talking about double threats. I'm talking triple threats. They had Green. Those was a triple threat team, man.
We got you, bro. Yeah. Yep, got you.
So if you got Green in a post who could take pressure off of Clay and Steph,
like Rodman.
No, Rodman don't.
It ain't even no
point. Rodman was later.
Sean is one of them type of people.
Rodman was not the championship maker.
He's not really one of those. He's not really one of those guys. Sean is that type of person that, for him, since his mind is just made up where, basketball is nothing but Jordan and the Bulls or whatever. Like, it don't matter what you say about nothing.
That's not true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it really don't. He got offended when he thought that you was trying to belittle the dream team. He gets offended whenever you think when just the fact that you saying that you could be a fan of somebody else other than Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying, makes him.
He was like, "That's heresy! How dare you?"
Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, Phil, we down.
It's all good. We get it, bro. We get it, man.
We wishy-washy.
All hail Mike, bro. We got you.
But honestly,
as long as you know, it's all hail Mike. That's all
I've always said that.
But you know what? When like I said, when it really comes down to that GOAT debate, that's why I don't talk about it, because I had to realize that myself. It's these young people just like. It's
objective to everybody.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. See, with me, I remember when Mike first came into the league. So, I had the first pair of Jordans and all that stuff. My son, LeBron, is his dude. Because when he was coming up, that's all he looked at. So when my grandson get older, who knows? It's going to be somebody after LeBron that's going to be his dude. So it's a generational thing, but to me, Mike is the GOAT.
You think it's gonna be Luka for real?
I think the NBA because they're trying to push this international even more. I think that Luka is gonna be that new face. They're
gonna push him up there, Leonard. I agree with you.
It's funny you said that, because I was gonna say that earlier, but this is gonna be I'm gonna make this the last one. As we are entering an era where we may be seeing less of LeBron, who do you guys think? And you already started the discussion. Who do you think is going to be that next it factor, that next big draw to the NBA?
I just finished with for me. I think it's becoming Luka, because I feel like Luka in these 2 years that we've seen him now. Like, not only does he have the skill, but he's got like that polarization that I feel like people talking about him. Like, he's already coming across as being like part villain and part hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a mouth for the meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he's international, so I mean, he ain't like the most like, affluent like speaker, but he's kind of got that thing where like he grabs people attention already. You know what I'm saying? And he got the skill and stuff like that. And I feel like that, coupled with the fact that the NBA wants to continue to broaden its international perspective, I think that they're going to kind of push. And we got a lot of good young talent. Like, when you look at, we got Luka, we still got Giannis, we got Trae Young, we got
Booker.
Now, I'm going to tell you, man, that little Trae Young,
and Donovan Mitchell, Razor.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like Donovan Mitchell.
You know what? Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. I mean, we got a lot of in good hands. We got a lot of
the league gonna be all right after LeBron retires. It's gonna be all right. But you know what? I agree with Leonard about Luka thing. I agree with you about Luka thing. But see, with KD, they was gonna try to push him. But I think the way KD, because he done shunned the media and the way with the burner counts and all that, I think he's gonna push himself out of that position of being pushed as the face. Simply because of all that, This is my opinion.
Okay, I like it, fellas. Look, I think we can end it on that, man. I appreciate y'all. This has been great. I had a good laugh.
Hey, Sean, this was good, man. This was real good. This was real good.
Again, shout out to General Soreness and all that he's accomplished.
Mike, come on, man. Don't do that, man.
Which General Soreness are you talking about? LeBron, AD,
I know, right? Because all of them sore right now.
All of them, like,
Kyrie. They all in the army of the Soreness.
I was referring to Derrick Rose with his special bubble wrap uniform, but I mean, listen, you know what? It's stuff like this. This is why I want to make this a mainstay. And like I was telling Sean earlier, and for those that still tuning in, and for those that's gonna watch this later, come starting in August, we're trying to do it right as soon as preseason start. We're going to start sports shows exclusively to YouTube. So I need you guys, if you want to tune in, make sure you like and follow us on YouTube so you can get that. Please. Man, we're gonna have a ball. It's gonna be conversations like this, and we're gonna be talking about football and whatever else is going on, and we're just gonna have a good time. You know, I'm trying to make this the next Undisputed, man. That's what we finna do.
Go Bears.
Yeah.
Go Bears. Hey.
Lenard, man. Hey, man, Lenard. You got to relax, Lenard, man. Stop it.
Hey, you know what? I know we got to go. We've been talking. I am excited to see Justin Fields. I do want to see Justin.
I look. Yeah. I am very, very much excited to see Justin Fields. I hope the brother do well. I hope because who's the last? Cordell Stewart is that the last black quarterback we had?
No, I think what was the name? Campbell. I think we had Brother Campbell playing quarterback for a minute for us.
Ooh.
But I do believe.
Hold on, here go the prediction of the year. Come on, Sean. What you got? You believe what?
No, I do believe.
What, the Bears gonna make it to the playoffs?
Oh yeah, they'll make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, we're gonna make it. Come on, Mikey. What are you doing? You know what? Let's end this, man.
Hold on.
They gonna make it to the playoffs.
Hold on. Look.
Good night.
Look.
No, I was gonna say something different, but they will make it to the playoffs.
Lean forward so I can put this on.
Hey. The Bears
oil of dominion for the Bears.
But I think I was gonna say something else. I said my prediction is that Justin Fields probably won't play until the fourth week. I predict the fourth
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say Andy Dalton is starting quarterback. He said that.
Yeah, but I do think the Bears will make the playoffs. Mike, you act like they ain't make it last year.
Did they make it last year?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
We ain't win nothing, but we made it, you know.
But still. All right, I'm out.
Yeah.
No. Look, no. Actually, we were very excited to see them get to the playoffs. I think they barely made it in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Arizona lost. Lost because Arizona lost.
Yeah, because they basically sucked last year, and I think they made it off of some anyway. I don't want to see them I don't want to see them limping into the playoffs this year. If they're gonna get to the playoffs, I want to see them get to the playoffs.
All right. And in division. Rodgers going to Denver. Aaron Rodgers.
I'm saying it right now. 13-3. Let's go.
Right now, Aaron Rodgers would be the starting quarterback for Denver Nuggets. Denver Broncos.
13-3. I'm predicting right now. 13-3. Green Bay Packers.
I'm predicting right now the Bears will make the playoffs. We'll even make it to second round, and the Bulls will be in the playoffs.
When?
He said Green Bay Packers.
The Bulls will be in the playoffs next year.
Is there?
I do say Aaron Rodgers is going to Denver though, y'all.
Hey,
I'm serious about that.
That might be interesting.
I'm serious about the Bulls because of the fact they would have been there. Zach went out. They would have been there.
No, absolutely not.
Look, we ain't finna get started.
I'm predicting.
Yeah, man. I'm predicting my boy's gonna go to the playoffs next year, man. Yeah. But what they need to do is the country is back open now. Let's get back to a regular NBA schedule.
Oh,
So they didn't.
Let's not do this 60 and 70 game, man.
They didn't make it to the playoffs because of COVID.
No, they had nothing to do.
Hey, Phil, don't
worry about it. It don't even matter.
It don't matter.
I don't worry about it. I don't even worry about it.
We're gonna make Mike eat all this up.
They was out the
red,
C blue. Bear down.
Bear down, baby.
That's all I'm saying.
This is gonna be an interesting season.
That's right.
So look, y'all, I appreciate y'all that hung out with us on this evening.
Hey, man, can you heat up that old chicken for me? I'm ready. Barbecue chicken. Heat up that rotisserie for me, baby, because these guys got me ready to eat my barbecue chicken with my no carbs bread, and I'm about to enjoy me a good meal because the Bears will be in the playoffs and the Bulls.
Well, as Sean is about to partake in his no carb meal, we want to thank y'all for hanging out with us on this evening and just chiming in on the conversation. Listen, more conversations like this, we always have it on Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock when we have our regular show. And be looking out in August. ManUp Sports Show is going down. YouTube exclusive. Y'all need to get over there, like the page, follow the page, so y'all can join in on the conversation as well. Fellas, I appreciate y'all. Lenard and Sean, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully this is
bro. Thank y'all so much, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hopefully this is not the last time. And on behalf of Philip Hines and myself, this has been a special episode of the Man Up Real Talk podcast. And until we talk again, my friends, y'all get 2 fingers to the side. Make sure you holler at your boys because we out.
Peace.